Welcome to English Speaking Corner. This is your quiet space to practice, to make mistakes, and to build your voice. I am Sarah, and I am here to help you slow down and find your confidence.
And I am Mark. I am here to practice with you. Today we are going to solve a very specific problem. It is a problem that almost every English learner faces, even advanced ones. It is the problem of silence.
Have you ever been in a conversation where you understood the question, you knew the grammar, and you gave the correct answer, but the conversation just stopped? It felt awkward. It felt heavy. You answered the question, but the other person looked uncomfortable.
I know that feeling well. You say yes or no, and then you wait. You wait for the other person to speak again, but they don't. They just look at you. And suddenly you feel like you failed, even though your grammar was perfect.
Exactly, Mark. That is what we call the robot trap. When we learn English in school, we learn to answer questions like a machine. Question, do you like coffee? Answer, yes, I do. Question, did you go out yesterday? Answer, no, I didn't. These answers are correct, but they are cold. They put up a wall between you and the other person.
They sound like an interrogation, like a police officer asking a suspect. Were you at the bank? Yes. Did you take the money? No. It is not a conversation. It is just an exchange of data.
Today, we are going to fix this. We are not going to learn complex grammar rules. We are going to learn one simple habit that will change how you sound immediately. It is called the +1 technique.
The +1 technique. I like the sound of that. It sounds manageable. It sounds like something I can do today.
It is very simple. The rule is this. Whenever you answer a question, you must give the direct answer, and then you must add one extra detail. Just one. Not a story, not a paragraph. Just one small detail.
So instead of just saying yes, I say yes plus one thing.
Exactly. Let's look at the difference. Mark, ask me if I like coffee.
Okay. Sarah, do you like coffee?
Yes, I do.
Okay. That felt a bit short. It felt like you wanted me to stop talking to you.
Right. It was polite, but it was closed. Now ask me again, and I will use the +1 technique.
Sarah, do you like coffee?
Yes, I do. I actually need a cup every morning to wake up.
Ah, that is much better. You answered yes, but then you added the detail about needing it to wake up. It made me feel like I know you a little bit better. It gave me something to reply to. I could ask you, oh, what kind of coffee do you drink? Or, I am the same way.
Exactly. The +1 technique creates a hook. It gives the other person something to catch onto. It keeps the energy flowing back and forth. Today, we are going to practice this together. We will guide you through different scenarios. We'll start with simple habits, then move to opinions, and finally, we will look at how to say no politely.
This is a shadowing lesson. That means we want you to speak. When you hear a pause, we want you to say the answer out loud. Do not just listen. Use your voice. If you are on the bus or in a public place, you can whisper. But moving your mouth is the key to muscle memory.
Let's start with level 1, daily habits. These are the most common questions you will hear in small talk. Questions about food, drink, and routine. Mark is going to ask the question. First, we will show you the robot answer so you can hear how bad it sounds. Then we will show you the +1 answer. Then it will be your turn.
Let's try a classic question about cooking. Sarah, do you cook at home?
No, I don't.
Ouch, that was cold. It sounds like you are angry.
I know, it ends the conversation. Now, let's try with the +1.
Do you cook at home?
No, I don't. I usually just order takeout because I am too busy.
That is friendly. The +1 detail was, I usually order takeout. Now, listener, I want you to try. I will ask you the same question. You can say yes or no, but you must add one detail. Maybe you say, yes, I make pasta every night, or no, my husband does the cooking. Ready? I will ask, then I will leave a long pause for you. Speak clearly. Do you cook at home?
That was great. Did you feel that? You didn't just give information. You shared a piece of your life. Let's try another one. This is about weekends.
Sarah, do you usually relax on weekends?
Yes.
See? Terrible. It forces me to work hard to think of the next question. Now, with the +1.
Yes, I do. I love to stay in bed and read books on Saturday mornings.
Perfect. The detail was about reading books. Now it is your turn, listener. I will ask you. Add one detail about what you actually do. Maybe you play football, maybe you clean the house, maybe you sleep.
Do you usually relax on weekends?
Good. I hope you said more than just yes. Remember, the detail doesn't have to be exciting. It doesn't have to be amazing. I clean the house is a perfect detail. I go to the supermarket is a perfect detail. It just needs to be true.
Let's try one more in this category. This is about movies. Sarah, do you like watching movies?
Yes, I do.
Again, robotic. It stops the flow. Try again.
Yes, I do. I really enjoy action movies because they are exciting.
Nice. You added the reason why. That counts as a +1. Now, listener, your turn. Do you like watching movies? Do you like watching movies?
Excellent. By the way, if you are finding this helpful, please take a moment to subscribe to English Speaking Corner. We create these lessons to give you a calm, steady path to fluency, and subscribing helps us make more of them for you.
Now, let's move to level 2. This is where it gets a little more interesting. We are going to talk about preferences and feelings. When we talk about what we like or dislike, the +1 rule is even more important. If you just say, I like it, you sound like a child. We want to sound like adults with opinions.
Let's talk about music. Mark, ask me about music.
Okay, do you listen to pop music?
No.
This is actually dangerous. If you just say no to a preference question, it can sound like you are judging the other person. It sounds like you think their question is stupid.
That is a very good point. A short no can sound arrogant. Let's soften it with a +1.
Do you listen to pop music?
No, not really. I prefer listening to jazz or classical music when I work.
That was beautiful. You didn't just reject my idea, you offered an alternative. You said, I prefer jazz. That is the +1. Now listener, imagine I am asking you about music. Maybe you like pop, maybe you don't. Tell me your answer, +1 detail about what you actually listen to. Do you like pop music? Very good. Notice how the breath continues. You don't chop the air, you let the sentence flow out. Let's try a question about travel. Everyone loves to talk about travel, so this is a great opportunity to practice. Sarah, do you like traveling?
Yes.
Boring. Come on, give me something.
Yes, I love it. I actually went to Japan last year and it was amazing.
Okay, that is a strong +1. You added a past experience. I went to Japan. That is a great way to expand an answer. If you have done something recently, use that as your detail.
Listener, I want you to try this specific technique. I will ask if you like travel. You answer yes, and then tell me one place you went to recently or one place you want to go. Just one place. Do you like traveling?
I heard some great answers there. Even if you said, yes, I want to go to London, that is perfect. It opens the door for me to say, oh, London is great.
Now, let's look at a slightly difficult situation. What happens when the answer is negative? What happens when you have to say no to a request or an invitation?
This is where the robot trap is the worst. If I invite you to dinner and you just say no, I will feel hurt. I will think you don't like me.
Exactly. In English culture and many other cultures, a bare no is very harsh. We almost always need a +1 to soften the blow. The +1 here is usually a reason or an excuse.
Let's role play this. Sarah, would you like to go to the cinema tonight?
No, I can't.
Wow, that felt like a door slamming in my face. It really hurts. Try to be nicer.
I'm sorry. Let me try again with the +1 technique.
Would you like to go to the cinema tonight?
I would love to, but I can't. I have to finish a report for work tonight.
Okay, I feel much better. You said you would love to, which is nice. And your +1 was the reason. I have to finish a report. I understand now. You are not rejecting me, you are just busy.
Listener, this is a very important skill for your relationships. I want you to practice rejecting Mark. He is going to invite you to coffee. You cannot go. You are busy. Maybe you have to study, or maybe you are meeting a friend. Say, I can't, and then add the reason.
Do you want to grab a coffee with me this afternoon?
Did you give a reason? Good. It doesn't have to be a big reason. I am tired is a valid reason. I have no money is a valid reason. The important thing is that you say something.
Let's try another negative one. This is about ability. Sometimes people ask if you can do something and you have to say no.
Mark, ask me if I can speak French.
Sarah, can you speak French?
No.
Again, very shut down. It feels like a dead end.
Let's fix it.
Can you speak French?
No, I can't. I learned a little in school, but I forgot it all.
That is a very common and relatable +1. I forgot it all. It makes you sound human. It makes you sound humble. Listener, answer this question. Can you play the piano?
If you can, say yes and add a detail. If you can't, say no and explain why, or say what instrument you do play. Can you play the piano?
Great work. We are halfway through our practice. I want you to take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. You are doing great. Speaking English is physical. It takes energy. When you add the +1, you are using more breath, more energy. That is a good thing. It builds your stamina.
Let's move to level 3. This is the advanced level, but it is very easy to learn. We are going to talk about softeners.
Softeners are little words or phrases we put at the start of our answer. They act like a cushion. They make the answer land softly. They signal to the listener that a thoughtful answer is coming.
Words like actually, to be honest, well, or you know. These words don't change the meaning of the sentence, but they change the feeling. They make you sound fluent.
Let's look at actually. We use actually when we want to correct a polite assumption or give a surprising detail.
Ask me if I live in the city, Sarah.
Mark, do you live in the city center?
No.
Robot answer. Now with the softener and the +1. Do you live in the city center?
Actually, no. I live in the suburbs because it is quieter.
Did you hear that? Actually, no. It sounds so natural. It sounds like native speaker English. The structure was softener, actually, answer, no, +1. I live in the suburbs.
Let's try to be honest. We use this when we are giving an opinion that might be a little bit negative or just very truthful.
Mark, did you like that new restaurant?
To be honest, I didn't. The food was a bit too salty for me.
That was perfect. If you just said no, it would be rude to the restaurant. But to be honest, I didn't shows that you are just sharing your personal feeling. Listener, I want you to try using to be honest. I will ask you about something popular. Let's say getting up early. Do you like waking up early? Start with to be honest. Do you like waking up early?
I heard some honest answers there. Maybe you said, to be honest, no, I love sleeping. That is a great sentence.
Let's try one more softener, the word well. We use well when the answer is not a simple yes or no. It buys you time to think.
Ask me about my job, Sarah.
Mark, are you busy at work these days?
Well, yes and no. Mondays are busy, but Fridays are quiet.
That is a very advanced structure. Well, yes and no. It shows complexity, and then the +1 explains the complexity. Listener, try this. Are you busy these days? Start with well and give a mixed answer. Are you busy these days?
Very nice. You are sounding much less like a robot and much more like a person.
Now I want to talk about the fear. I know why you give short answers. I know why you say just yes or no. It is because you are afraid of making a mistake. You think, if I say more words, I have more chances to make a grammar error.
That is true. It feels safer to stay short. But here is the secret. People don't care about your grammar as much as they care about your connection. If you say, yes, I go park yesterday, the grammar is wrong. It should be went. But the person understands you. They are happy you spoke to them.
But if you just say yes, the grammar is perfect, but the connection is 0. The person feels nothing. So please, choose connection over perfection. Make the mistake. Add the detail. It is worth it.
Let's do a rapid-fire round to finish up. We are going to go through 5 questions quickly. We won't explain them. We will just ask, give you a pause, and you give your answer +1. Try to change the topics quickly. Are you ready?
Question 1. Do you have any pets? Question 2. Is it cold where you are today? Question 3. Do you like shopping for clothes? Question 4. Did you watch TV yesterday? Question 5. What is your favorite season? Excellent work. How do you feel? Do you feel a bit tired? That is good. It means you were working.
I want to give you a challenge for the next time you speak English. Maybe it is with a colleague, a teacher, or a language partner. Maybe it is just talking to yourself in the mirror.
The challenge is this. For one whole conversation, refuse to give a one-word answer. Ban the words yes and no when they stand alone. Force yourself to add a comma and then a detail.
If someone asks, "Are you hungry?" don't say yes. Say, "Yes, I am starving. I haven't eaten since breakfast."
If someone asks, "Is this your pen?" don't say no. Say, "No, mine is the blue one."
Small changes create big results. You will notice that people stay and talk to you longer. They will smile more. They will feel more comfortable around you.
And you will feel more confident because you are not just answering questions, you are contributing. You are building the conversation.
Before we go, let's do one final calm practice, a full simulation. I am going to meet you at a party. I will ask you 3 questions in a row. Imagine we are standing with a drink in our hand. Relax.
Mark will leave a pause after each question. Answer him fully.
Hi, I don't think we've met. I'm Mark. Are you a friend of Sarah's?